Have you ever caught yourself scrolling late at night, staring at someone's perfect, life-flawless skin, happy relationships, dream vacations, suddenly feel like you're behind in life? You close the app, but the feeling stays. That invisible sting. It's not just insecurity. It's the silent trap of comparison culture, and it's stealing more from you than you realize. In this video, we'll expose the 10 most toxic traps of comparison, hidden beliefs and habits that quietly eat away your confidence. Then, we'll explore powerful truths to rebuild self-worth, not from the outside, but from a place that no one else can touch, within you. Because comparison doesn't just make you feel bad, it rewires your brain to believe you'll never be enough. It replaces your truth with someone else's illusion. And until you break those mental contracts, you'll keep measuring your worth with someone else's ruler. But there's another way, a quieter, freer path, in today. We begin walking it. Trap number 1, the highlight reel illusion. Social media is a curated museum of people's best moments. But your life, it's lived in process, not perfection. When you compare your real-time struggles to someone else's edited highlight reel, you forget their smiles might be genuine, but so are your scars. Next time you scroll, whisper this truth: I don't have to be edited to be enough. Replace comparison with curiosity. What can I learn from them without losing myself? Gratitude and awareness are your exit tickets. You don't need their story. You're here to write your own. Trap number 2, the should-be syndrome. I should be more successful by now. I should be married. I should have it all together. These inner scripts aren't truths. They're borrowed timelines from a culture obsessed with milestones. And every should silently shames the present moment. Comparison says there's only one right path. But life isn't a checklist, it's a garden. Some flowers bloom early, others take time. Your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valid. Delay doesn't mean failure. It means depth is growing underground. Start replacing should with could. Instead of I should have more money, try I could explore what enough looks like for me. I should be happy becomes I could start honoring what joy looks like in this season. You'll be amazed how gentler language opens the door to real growth. Trap number 3, the endless ladder. In the culture of comparison, there's always someone above you. The better job, the better body, the better life. But what if that ladder you're climbing has no top? What if you're exhausting yourself for a view that doesn't exist? Ask yourself, is this ladder leading me to peace or just higher pressure? Are you chasing visibility or fulfillment? Sometimes, the greatest success is stepping off the ladder entirely and choosing a life aligned with your values, not their applause. Trap number 4, overthinking everything. You rehearse every word before a conversation, replay every moment after it ends. Your mind is like a browser with 37 tabs, open none of them responding. Overthinking isn't awareness. It's fear in disguised, dressed up as logic. We overthink because we want to control the outcome. But thinking more doesn't mean solving more. Sometimes, clarity isn't found by digging deeper, but by stepping back. The loudest thoughts are often just echoes from old wounds, begging for resolution, not repetition. Overthinking pulls you into the past or future, but peace lives in the present. Try this: when your thoughts race, ask your body where you are. Breathe, notice 5 things around you. You'll find the mind can only run if the body lets it. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. Just because it's loud doesn't mean it's right. You are not the storm, you are the sky that holds it. Learning to observe thoughts instead of obeying them is where freedom begins. Sometimes healing doesn't come from thinking harder, but from letting go, from trading perfection for presence, from asking, what do I need right now, instead of what if I mess this up? Simplicity is a radical form of wisdom, and often it's what your soul is begging for. Trap number 5. Emotional numbing. Maybe you don't scream anymore. You just scroll. You don't cry. You just binge watch. You're not okay, but you've become really good at pretending you are. Emotional numbing doesn't mean you're strong, it means your soul is tired of not being heard. When we avoid pain, it doesn't disappear, it goes underground. It leaks into our tone, our sleep, our relationships. We think we're escaping, but we're just storing it for later. Healing begins not by escaping the feeling, but by letting it speak. You don't need to justify your sadness or explain your anger. Emotions are not problems to fix, but messages to hear. Imagine your heart as a child, ignored, silenced, dismissed. Wouldn't it be time to finally sit down and ask, what are you trying to say? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't pushing through it, sitting still, looking at your pain without distraction. No filter, no escape, just presence. Because true healing doesn't happen in the mind. It happens in the space where you finally feel safe enough to feel. You're not numb because you're broken. You're numb because you've been surviving. But survival isn't the goal, coming back to life is. Let this be your sign. Your emotions are not enemies. They are bridges back to your soul. It was never about weakness. It was about weight. The silent weight of years you carried without complaint. The tears you swallowed so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. But now, your healing begins, not by carrying more, but by laying it down, gently, slowly, like peeling off armor that's become too heavy to wear. Healing doesn't look like a straight line. Some days you'll feel light. Others, like you're back at the start. That's not failure, it's being human. Every setback is just a breath before another step forward. You are not starting over. You're starting deeper. Whatever happened before, whatever broke you, confused you, made you numb, you're allowed to begin again. Not because the past didn't matter, but because you matter more. This moment is sacred. Right here, right now, you are worthy of starting again. Close your eyes, breathe. Let's pray together. You don't have to say the perfect words. Just let your heart whisper what it's been afraid to speak. Dear presence within me, I'm tired of numbing. I want to feel again, live again. Help me be gentle with the parts of me that still ache. Show me that I'm safe to come home to myself. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. The fact that you're here means something inside you is waking up. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Just stay kind and curious with yourself. Healing isn't a destination. It's the way you walk now, with softness, with truth, with soul. You're not alone. You never were. Your mind may distract itself, busy itself, justify itself, but your body keeps the score. Every muscle, every breath, every heartbeat carries a memory. You cannot heal by pretending pain didn't happen. You heal by listening, by sitting with the trembling, by allowing the past to be seen without shame. Sometimes when you slow down, the noise gets louder. Not because you're failing, but because you're finally quiet enough to hear what was always there. Let it rise. Let it move through you like waves. You don't have to fix everything. Just don't turn away. The heaviness you carry isn't who you are, it's what's been laid on top of you. Expectations, betrayals, silence. But underneath it all, your soul is still intact, still breathing, still waiting to be met with gentleness. Let's not try to fix you, let's remember you. Healing can feel like walking blindfolded through a maze. But you're not alone. There are others who walk quietly beside your friends, strangers, guides in unseen form. Sometimes the most healing thing isn't the solution, it's knowing someone else is holding the lamp while you take your next step. There will never be a perfect day to begin. No sign in the sky. No loud voice saying now. Healing begins the moment you whisper yes to yourself. The moment you turn inward and say, I want peace more than I want to pretend I'm okay. That's when everything shifts, even if nothing outside changes. In a world that glorifies hustle, rest is an act of rebellion. But deeper than rebellion, rest is listening. It's how the body says, I matter. It's how the soul says, I'm still here. When you slow down enough to rest, not because you've earned it, but because you exist, do begin to hear your life speaking. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to walk away, not in anger, but in clarity. The space that wounded you cannot also be the space that mends you. Healing asks for new ground, a softer place, a quieter field. You're not running, you're finally allowing light in. You don't need to understand everything to begin healing. Start with your breath. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am safe. Your breath doesn't ask for your past or your future, just asks that you stay. It's the one place the body and soul always meet. Grief isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to show you what mattered, what was lost, what you loved. When you silence grief, you silence part of your own aliveness. Let it speak, let it sit beside you. It doesn't need to be solved, just seen. You are not obligated to stay the same version of yourself that survived. You can shed the skin of survival and grow something softer, something sacred. Who you were was enough to get you here. Who you are becoming is worthy of love, gentleness, and joy. Don't apologize for evolving. In the silence, many feel afraid. They think something is missing. But what if silence isn't emptiness? What if it's an invitation, the moment the soul finally has space to speak? When you sit long enough without distraction, the truth doesn't shout. It whispers, and it's always been there. The world says, come back when you're better. But healing doesn't demand perfection. You don't have to be fixed to be worthy. You don't have to be shiny to be loved. Right now, in this breath, in this exact moment, you are already enough. Healing is not a requirement for love. It's a fruit of it. Your soul is not here to chase or convince you. It won't compete with the noise. It simply waits still, quiet, open like a lake beneath the storm. When you finally pause, when the voices fade, you'll see it's been with you all along, waiting for you to return. Healing may feel solitary, but you are never meant to do it alone. Even if no one else sees, the breath is with you. The earth is with you. Every quiet moment is a companion. The universe roots for your restoration, not with noise, but with presence. Let it in. The fastest way back to peace isn't to run away, it's to return. Return to this inhale, this sensation, this gentle awareness of being alive. Your body is not your enemy. It's your anchor. It's how the soul lives here. Come back home. This is where healing begins. Just because it hurts doesn't mean you're broken. Pain is not the proof of failure. Sometimes it's the sound of the body remembering. The ache in your chest, the lump in your throat, they're not signs of weakness. They're signs that you are real, that you feel, that you are still alive and still open. And that is powerful. Healing isn't late. It's not slow. It doesn't follow a schedule or respect the clock. Healing is timeless. It arrives when it's ready. It unfolds in layers, not in straight lines. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how long it's taking. This is your journey, and there is no finish line, only breath by breath, step by step. You've tried pushing, forcing, punishing yourself into wholeness. Did it work, or did it leave you more tired, more numb? Gentleness is not weakness, it is the medicine that your soul craves. Be soft with yourself, the way sunlight touches skin. That's how things grow. That's how healing truly begins. You don't have to fix every emotion. You don't need answers to every ache. Sometimes, all your body needs is to be heard. What would happen if you listened without judgment? If you let your sorrow speak without interrupting? Healing doesn't always come from doing. Sometimes it begins in simply listening. No matter how long you've been lost, no matter how heavy it's been, you are one breath away from beginning again. Right here, right now. You don't need to wait for perfect peace or perfect timing. This inhale is enough. This exhale is grace. Start again. You are allowed to. You are not just a body, and you are not just a soul. You are both intertwined like roots and rain. When the soul hurts, the body listens. When the body aches, the soul remembers. Healing happens not when one fixes the other, but when both are allowed to speak and be heard. You are a whole being, not a broken puzzle. You may still ache. You may still carry scars, but that doesn't mean you're not whole. Wholeness means you've stopped fighting parts of yourself. It means you've made peace with your past, accepted your present, and softened your gaze toward the future. Healing is not about erasing pain, it's about expanding your capacity to love through it. Some days, it feels like no one sees how hard you're trying. But healing isn't a solo journey. Somewhere, someone is breathing with you, crying with you, praying with you. You're not weak for needing others, you're human. Let yourself be seen. Let someone sit with you in the dark until your own light returns. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. You don't need to be more ready. You don't need to wait for the pain to disappear. You are already enough to begin again. Healing is messy, it's sacred, and it starts with one choice: to show up for yourself again and again. And so this is your invitation. Begin. Close your eyes for a moment. Let's breathe together. Inhale hope. Exhale shame. Inhale compassion. Exhale fear. May your body feel safe again. May your heart remember its song. May your soul rest in the knowing that healing is already unfolding within you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to stay, breathe, and trust the sacred slowness. Thank you for being here.